In this life, there are a lot of opinions, perceptions, misconceptions, thoughts, opinions. I said that already, right? Okay. Now, people think that church is a place for perfect people. And that alone, thinking about it, is real madness. The people that go to church is the same people that you grew up with. It's the same people that you work with, that you play sports with, that you run racket with. That you cuss them and them cuss you. You know, or they was in this club together, that club together. People that you're familiar with. The difference is that they have come to a certain spiritual consciousness, or as they might call it, awakening, and have decided to pursue a spiritual walk, as they might call it. Now, the thing about church is that everybody is drawn to church for a different reason. And as everybody is drawn to church for a different reason, the foundation would be spirit, or it should be spirituality. And what is spirituality? A lot of people have a lot of opinions about what spirituality is. Now, in a general sense, spirituality is a consciousness of a higher or a supernatural power or force that governs the things in this realm, which is the natural things that exist. So they're really talking about something unseen, really proving or showing itself to have authority over things that are seen. So what really happened is this. These people are not perfect people. They are just aspiring. They are telling you, they are just aspiring to come to a place where they could realize self-realization and come to self-actualization. What I'm talking about? I'm talking about, you know, through their life and the experience and the gifting and the abilities, you know, they realize that the aspirations and goals and so forth, it would be along a certain line. So in other words, while they were looking at materialistic things, they start focusing a little more on spiritual things. And that don't mean that they think that they're better than you. And that don't mean that you better than them at the same time. So what I'm really saying is that, you know, they will make mistakes, they will say stuff, they will do stuff, because, you know, they can't themselves right there. Not everybody is going to be really good at doing the spiritual change. So what you must do is that you who are part of that change, you must understand that a really important thing in anybody that wants to experience that change, or trying or pursuing that journey to that change, you know, the support system is important. Why? Because it's like a community. Spirituality is a community with different people that might have different gatherings, but the bottom line is the same thing. You know, it come like Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Avia, all them things. It's a community of sneakers. They might have a different face or whatsoever, but the all is for the footwear to help you walk in more comfort, and that's the whole thing. You don't make a sneakers to help you walk worse. So you don't really come into spirituality to deal with certain things that are not considered to be good morals or good virtues, right? So it's a matter of you coming to put yourself in a certain place, and that is why one of the main things you must understand about spirituality is that spirituality is about a personal thing between you and God. Let me repeat that. It's a personal thing between you and God. No matter how much it includes anybody else, and I'm talking about from your pastor come right down, it's a personal thing between you and God. It's about a personal relationship. You hear how much time I mentioned that? So it means that the success or the development of your relationship with God is not about how well you can listen to the pastor, but it's how well you could understand the journey. It's about how well you could come to a place where you could tell yourself, well, here what's going on. I can see or I can feel myself, becoming a person that thinks different. I can feel or I can see myself as a person who has matured along this path, because people could mature along any path, You could mature along, if you're a sportsman, you could mature to be a better sportsman. If you're a thief, you could mature to be a better thief. If you're a gunman, you could mature to be a better gunman. So to mature is to become, right? So you must come to a place now where you must be looking at that person that is aspiring to have peace with yourself, to experience and show what is love for the brethren, to understand what it is to help, what it is to have a good level of spiritual ability, to meditate spiritual, to understand, whatever script you decide you want to follow, but most important, how to be able to be guided spiritually. And this is something that we must all be aspiring for along the line of spirituality. So when you're under this banner of spirituality, I just want you to know, I'm not going to tell you don't act perfect or don't be perfect or don't try to be perfect, but what I want to tell you is, make yourself teachable. No matter what you do, make yourself teachable, because love is something that is going to put you through many challenges, because love is about the ability for your life to be able to impact people's life in a positive way. Alright, so you must be able to allow your life to impact people's life in a positive way where development is concerned. And that is one of the main things about it, It's all about development, taking from one stage to another stage, because everything is a cycle. Everything is a cycle, everything is a system, and it goes from one stage to another stage, and then at the end, everything comes back to the beginning, just to continue all over again. So this little conversation here is really about you and your ability to know that you are not a perfect human being, but you are striving for spiritual perfection to the best of your ability. So, my word to you this morning, and if nothing, you remember this. Your reflection and your walk is going to help somebody else either to be positive or to be negative. But that is something that you must know, especially when you walk in the spiritual. When you're doing something